Welcome to PheeIsTalking.com, the home of Phee Shor's speaking ministry. For 9 years, Phee has been wowing audiences on the drums with a successful Christian rock band. But Phee has a new calling, to deliver a very special message to the body of Christ. He started by sharing this message locally at his own home churches. He then spoke at many Christian music festivals at which his band was performing. Now Phee is speaking everywhere, and he could be coming to your church next.
Well, from a very young age, I knew that God had called me to be a speaker and a teacher of His Word. I was actually 13 years old the first time I was asked to preach. My youth pastor was going to be out of town, and he asked me in the 8th grade to preach for our youth group, which, thinking back on that now, that's such a huge privilege. But I got an early start, but when God called me to do music, I was playing drums with my band all the time, and my focus really swung away from speaking for a long time. And just a couple years ago, I felt the Lord was really speaking to me, asking me, I called you to be a speaker, so why don't you do that? And that was just kind of confusing because God was blessing me so much in my music career. I was like, God, why do you want me to do that? But He started opening doors for me, and I walked through them. What was I to do?
Getting started was not as easy for Phee as he thought it would be. Trying to balance his busy touring schedule and his rare and cherished off time made it nearly impossible to fit in any speaking. Not to mention, he wasn't even sure what he was going to speak about.
The first professional speaker that mentored me, she told me that I needed to find what my niche as a speaker was going to be. At every message that I preach, I needed to have this heart, this core message behind everything. And it took me a little bit of time to figure out what that was going to be, but I ended up receiving inspiration for that out of my own testimony. And see, before Fireflight, my band, was successful, my life was not good. I made some big mistakes. I ended up homeless for a while, and things were just not going good for me at all. But God brought me through that in an amazing way. He brought me to a place in life where my dreams were coming true, and I was totally blessed. And I asked God, why me? Why is my life so good? Why am I so blessed? And God gave me a very specific answer. And it's that answer that I received from God that became my core message. And it's straight from Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 19. God said, blessing and cursing I have placed before you, life and death. Therefore choose life. God has given us an amazing power in our own decisions to change this world and our own lives. And after I started preaching on decisions, God called me to make the hardest decision I've ever made in my life, and that was to walk away from my band, to walk away from my closest friends and a stable career, to start this teaching ministry on a full-time basis. And that was really scary, but at the end of the day, I had to be obedient to what I knew God was calling me to do.
Embarking on this new journey was just as frightening as it was exciting for Phee. There were many unanswered questions about how this new career would take shape. But once feedback started coming in, it became clear that Phee was right where God wanted him.
God has done so many awesome things in this ministry already. It's just such a privilege to be used by God to make such an impact on people's lives. Many people have come to know Jesus for the first time through this ministry. And, lives have been changed in middle school, high school, college, adults, retirees. I've had the opportunity to bring this message in all age groups, and the effect is always the same. And when I started out, I thought this is just going to be something little on the side, and God's just blown it up. I've had so many opportunities. I'm even working on a book right now. I have the opportunity to speak at these huge music festivals with tens and thousands of people in attendance, and it just blesses me so much that God's using me in big ways. And I can't wait to see what God has in store for the future in this ministry.
Thank you for visiting PheeIsTalking.com. Phee also invites you to check out his other online outlets, like Twitter.com/PheeShorb, where you'll stay updated on Phee's day-to-day activities. There's Facebook.com/PheeIsTalking, where you'll be updated with some short and powerful inspirational messages from Phee. And then there's Phee's radio ministry, PheeIsBroadcasting.com, where you'll you'll download his 90-second inspirational audio messages. If you'd like to ask about booking Phee to speak at your church, school, or event, please email booking@feeistalking.com.